Hello and welcome to VTech Solutions. I'm very happy to launch Cucumber BDD Framework full course for beginners. To access this course, free complete QA courses here, you can able to see Cucumber BDD full course for beginners. If you want, you can explore other courses also. Let's go to the Cucumber BDD Framework. If you want to become a job ready automation engineer with real BDD project knowledge, you are in the right place. Cucumber BDD is no longer optional. Almost every modern QA team, from startups to the enterprise companies, uses BDD to improve their collaboration, speed, and test automation clarity. So, if you're preparing for STET, QA automation, or test engineer role, interviewers expect you to know what is feature file, step definition, hooks, runner classes, Gherkin syntax. Let's explore the roadmap. So first we will understand what is BDD, why we need to learn BDD, and then Cucumber framework architecture. After that, very important, Gherkin language. So how we can able to create a feature file using this Gherkin primary and the secondary keywords. Very important, this particular Gherkin language is common for API automation, GUI automation, and also mobile automation. So whichever the automation team going to use BDD, we must aware about Gherkin language keywords. Once we get familiar with that, how to do the Cucumber framework setup in Eclipse IDE, we are going to learn using the Java Selenium. Then we'll be creating feature files for a banking application, step definition and execution of that particular feature file. Later, we will explore all the Cucumber options, which is a very important interview area. Then Cucumber reporting statement. Once we are done with that, we will move on to the advanced concept. That is by creating multiple scenarios, use of background keyword. How can we pass input from the feature file or with the help of tables, and implementing the data driven framework in Cucumber framework. Later, we'll be moving to the tags concept like smoke, sanity, regression tags, and then very important hooks concept. With the help of before and after annotation, we'll be implementing for multiple feature files, and finally we will do the batch execution. You can able to watch this course from this URL, or you can directly watch from my YouTube channel. Okay. So the last module of this training, that is Cucumber framework, and why we need to learn Cucumber framework and all. Let's try to understand. So before that, we must know what is very common problem in all the IT companies, in all the IT project. So what is the main problem is, in this diagram, you can see like, for example, uh, the customer. The customer, so from this diagram, you can get an insight about importance of BDD. So customer explained this, okay? But a project leader understood like this. And later, based on this, the analyst designed it, and how based on this, how the programmer coded it. And of course, business consultants always exaggerate the product and sold it or explained like this. Very less documentation, and how it is installed. It's not fully done. Project is incomplete, and customers are billed heavily, whether it was supported, semi-support. But now you see what. So this is the place you have to tell me. This is what the customer explained. But what customer needed is this one. So my question is, you put it in chat. The mistake is in customer or not? Whose mistake? Is it customer mistake or not? Yes, right? Only It's a customer's mistake. See, actually, what the customer explained and what actually the person needed. Tell me, is in any project, is it possible to go and argue with the customers? Is it possible? 1%. Impossible. You just, it is not at all possible. I'm saying it. No project have guts, no project manager, a company have a guts to go and say the customer you are wrong because there are so many competitors available. Project will go. So, what is the solution here is there should be a common way of understanding the requirement for all the levels in the project: project manager, coder, developer, analyst, business analyst, everyone. First, what is most important? First, you should know how to understand the requirement. See, if you know the requirement properly, definitely the project will be successful. Even after a good requirement understanding, also we will get a lot of problems. But the requirement itself becomes a problem, means then you can understand what will lead to a product. And in some cases, what will happen is the requirements keep on changing it. Change in requirement is something very normal in a project. So these are all a pain point in a normal traditional model. So one problem what we have understood is requirement. And another from this diagram also, see the way a person sees differ perspective. For this person, it's a wall. For this person, it's a fan. This may be a spear. This may be a snake. And the person thinks this is a tree, and the person thinks this is a rope. But we know very well what is this? It's an elephant. But every person thinks like that. Is it the mistake on them? Means definitely no, because a product is started from the scratch means mostly very top peoples only will have a very good understanding about what is an architecture diagram, what are the interfaces we are going to use it, everything about the product. Only top people will know it. A tester and a developer and means a person who do an unit code wise definitely will not have an idea about what is the product they are doing it. They will get a requirement, okay, do develop for a such thing. So this is also so if what is the problem is when you are not clear about your requirement, you may think or you may assume it wrongly and end up in a wrong product. And of course, the experience varies. Their way of understanding is different. Specifically, if you talk about a testing is content dependency, or whatever it is. The way you test a e-commerce website, healthcare domain, banking and financial services, whatever it is, telecommunication. So the way of testing itself will be different. So first we should have a very depth understanding about the requirement, then only the product will be a successful one. So I hope you all understood now little bit an idea about importance of a good requirement. So to solve this problem only, they are coming up with an idea called BDD. Again, I hope you all aware about manual testing process. In manual traditional process, SDLC and all, it has its V model, waterfall model, a lot of models we have it, and it has its own problem. Then it came up with Agile. Under the Agile umbrella, so many methodologies available. One such software development process is BDD. So extreme programming, so many things are there under the Agile. In that, this BDD became a very, very, very highly used model in many companies, especially product-based companies. They love working with BDD. What is BDD? BDD nothing but behavior-driven development. It is a testing. It is a technique of Agile software. And there is something called TDD, Trust Driven Development. Right now, it's not important. You can Google it. So from there, they derived this BDD. Actually, what they do it in BDD is very easy. They try to write the requirement using the Gherkin language. Here we say natural language so that a non-programmers can read it. Non-programmers means non-technical user. Trust me, a company will have like 80 percentage non-technical users only. Just 10 to 12 percentage will be tech guys. Rest of them are non-tech guys only in most of the cases. So very big, what to say, very big count means definitely we should have a good clarity of the requirement. Even the customers, most of them will be a non-tech resource. Okay. So why BDD? It is a it provides the path that act as a bridge to overcome the gap between the technical and non-technical teams. In simple word, there is a communication gap. There is a misunderstanding of the requirement. It can be solved just with the help of BDD because they are going to write every requirement using the Gherkin language. It's a very low jargon and clear approach, which is easier to understand. Now, how to implement this BDD approaches? Something like using given, when, and then approach. We need to do it. So I'm going to explain you this in depth. So the requirement itself like this only given, when, and then. Given means what? It's a precondition. Before you start a test case, some preconditions will be there. When means you're going to perform on something. Then means what is the expected outcome or the results. So we are going to write the feature file. A very simple requirement. See, this is one test case. The way a requirement is projected to the team, like this is using the Cucumber, you're going to log in using the Gmail, and given the user is navigated to the Gmail login page, when the user enters username this, password this, then it should be navigated to Gmail mailbox. So here itself, we are very clear about what is the login page and what is the test data and what is the expected page. Very clear. Like this only, if we have the requirement, sometimes what will happen? The data test data may not be available. Now in this itself, they have the test data. Maybe they didn't mention it should navigate to which page. So now the requirement, anyone can able to understand this non-technical resource. Just like that, they can get, okay, I can understand this requirement or scenario. Accordingly, I will write all the testing stuff. So based on this only, this Cucumber framework is designed. What exactly they are going to do is, as just now we saw that feature file, no? The requirement will be written as feature file dot feature, and the respective steps given, when, then. You can assume this given, when, then, and like that. Everything as an annotation. In the back end, they will write the Java code. We call it as a step definition file. Okay. This is feature file. This is step definition file. Entire thing we want to run it using a runner file, mostly JUnit framework. Sometimes you can use testng framework. Anything is fine. So in simple, every requirement will be written as a feature file, and in the backend for the respective feature file, there will be a step definition file which will have the code, Selenium using Python, Java, any programming language. And you can run like unit testing, or you want to execute as an entire suite and generate the report, then you must need the runner file. So this is what we are going to learn it. And you can see a simple test case. See, there is a step definitions for every feature file. This is a given, when, and then run a file. Everything I'm going to show is in then Selenium code. So what's again an advantages of following this? Very depth coverage of user stories. There is no possibility that you will miss the requirement. It means what? As a developer only, as an automation tester only, you can first of all you can work in a BDD project. So in sense, the second you get the requirement, suppose you got some requirement like this, means what you will do means first you will try to write all the steps like this. Everything as a user defined method. Once the application is available, you will add all the code into that, inspect and add the code. And so it definitely we are not going to miss any important step. And then we have a very good clarity of all the scenarios what we are going to test it. And of course, everything is an automation of test scenarios possible. So reusability is very high. Parameterization, we can do it. That is from feature file itself, you can send the test data. You can create a data-driven framework just like that. Very, very easy to create such complex things which we learned using the test engine on that you can put like that, just like that. And a very easy to implement CI/CD. So these are all the advantages of using the BDD framework. Okay, let's move on to the official website, BDD Cucumber. You will get this website and let me ping you this. Okay, bookmark it. Trust me, once you enter into any type of BDD web service testing, definitely you're going to write the feature file. For that, this is the best website. You have to come and explore a lot. I'm going to give just an overview, but when you become a BDD work, you should know how to learn feature files. It is like if you're in a traditional model, you should know how to write a test case, no? Manual test scenario, test steps, step one, actual, expected, step two. Like that, we will write the manual test case, no? Same way. So you know that is the hardcore important thing for a functional testing. Same way, if in BDD, you should be very good in writing the feature file. It's an art. Again, I'm saying you will get it only if you keep on practicing it. So going to the documentation. So Gherkin syntax. Here a lot of things are there. I'm going with this reference. You're going to see all the keywords. Again, pinged you the thing. Okay. Please go through this. I'm going to overview. So we say everything, the special keywords. Gherkin, this is how it is called. Everything will start with the keyword. So we have a keyword like given, when, then feature, rule, example. So all these keywords we should get familiar. Then only it will be easy for you to write any test case. We won't say the test case, we will say feature file. So this is a primary keyword. This is a secondary keyword. So we will explore everything one by one. So here, first one, feature. This itself a keyword. In traditional model, we say this as a requirement. Requirement explanation. Okay, that we call here as a feature. See, the purpose of the feature keyword is to provide a high level description of a software feature, nothing but the requirement. Okay, and then here everything followed by a colon symbol. See, feature colon, there is no space. Here you will tell exactly what is the feature. I will explain with some banking application. And then this is something like you can give additional details, description about this particular feature. So additional thing means, okay, what is this product is about? What is this additional things? We can do it. Okay. And then in addition to that, while explaining a requirement, going forward, I will not say the word requirement. While explaining the feature, you can also give some sample example with the help of example keyword. So that is something called example. See, this is a self-explanatory. Example means it's a sample scenario. Sample scenario may not be sample scenario means it will take us in a okay samples. Condition will come in a different way. So many keywords will take us in a row. That's why I'm not going. Anyhow, we are going to come to these keywords again and again. And then this is called the description. So in this place, the feature file where you're writing something, no, this we call it as descriptions. It's see descriptions, examples on it's like it's not a mandatory. It gives a better clarity for any person in the team to understand the requirement. But feature is compulsory, mandatory. Okay. And there is something called rule keyword. So it is keyword is still pretty new. Mostly, this is something we can write the business rule. So business rule means what is that? For example, in order to test a test case for a delivery, it should be a female patient, right? It can't be a male. It's a business rule. In order to test a particular credit card number, must be a platinum card holder. Healthcare, banking, like that. Any application you're going to test, there will be some business rule. It will be clearly mentioned. This is going to understand in depth about requirement. Maybe login as an admin, login as a doctor, login as some lab assistant. So one application you're going to log in as a different role means definitely the view page of them will be different. Only admin can see all the pages. Same thing in every domain, it will be like that. So one business rule. Okay. Now you can see here one sample feature Highlander, and there is a rule. Example is also given. So example means it's a concrete, let's state a business rule. Okay. I'll try to put some important words here from the document. And is there anything I missed it? Okay, fine. Now let's go to the steps. Steps means totally 5 steps we have it. And when you write a test case in BDD, at the end, a report will be generated. And there will be the number of percentage of steps passed, failed. It depends on these 5 keywords only. Given, when, then, and but. So we are going, next step is not a keyword. Remember, these all fall under the steps. We're going to see steps. In the step, first one is given. Given steps are used to describe the initial context of the system, the scene of the scenario. This one. So first one is given preconditions. As an admin user or as you have to test in this application, this is the home page. So given conditions. So this is related to like scenario. Feature file is requirement or scenario. Actually, we have scenario itself. Let's go to that later. So first given means the preconditions. So here you can see configure the system to be well-defined state such as creating, conferring object, adding a data to the test database. So many things they would have mentioned. In simple, what is the known state? What you're going to do it? Here's some example. Have started the game. I'm logged in. What's the present balance? Like this. Now comes the next keyword. When. It is used to describe an event or an action. So this can be a person interacting the system. So you're going to do something. See, in manual testing or automation testing, what we will do, we do actual condition versus expected condition, right? When you perform something, you get the output. That output you're going to compare with the expected condition. No, same thing. You're going to perform something. When see describe an event or an action, you're going to perform something. When you do that, then will come into the picture. Then you will know what is the expected outcome or expected results like that. So given, when, and then. You know, you see the example like guess a word. When you guess a word, then another example, it was wrong. Then invite a friend, received an invitation. Okay, withdraw money, then the balance should be reduced, something like that. Or God should be swallowed like this. So given, when, then. Now comes the last two keywords and but. So and means see here based on this example only you can understand this. There are continuous given because multiple preconditions will be there given scenario and multiple expected output will be there, multiple actions you may perform. So it may not look good if you keep typing given rather than given for the successive any keyword or any step. Mostly we will say keyword in the place of given and then. Actually, even in when also you can do it. You can replace that with and. So given one thing, given another thing, given yet another thing, rather than saying like that, given one thing and another thing and yet another thing. When I open my eyes, then I should see. So in the place of see, it's if someone discuss about a positive scenario, you were trying to add multiple conditions, go with the and. So even then also, sometimes then multiple things you may perform, right? So in that place, and you can do it. Here you can also do with this asterisk. Either you can type and in if you're going to go with the Cucumber framework, GUI testing, you will type and suppose same feature file, you're going with the API testing, performance testing, everything start with the feature file only. There you will not write and instead of and they will write the star asterisk symbol. Then the last one, but see when you want to express something in a negative way or contradict scenario, what you can say, see when I open my eyes, then I should see something but I should not see something else. But so grammatically you know what is the meaning of but, same thing is applicable here. So that's what important steps given, when, then, and but. That's what here they didn't give a detailed description. So, and then see it also support hashtag symbol. So you can replace any. any keyword in place of given, when, then, and, but any place you can replace with this asterisk symbol. See here. Given and. Even and may not looks good. So you can go with star, 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 asterisk, 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 and then like this. So till now, everyone is good. Predicts message. Happy to see a lot of attendance today. Okay, good. Now comes the next keyword. Nothing but the background. Background means, see here, there are some steps which are common for multi. Then comes the scenario keyword. I think scenario keyword, I missed it. So you have a feature, example rule, and scenario. This is test scenarios. I think I missed it. Role, description, feature. A documentation may not in the right sequence. I'll go to the, okay, they mentioned it here. Scenario outlines. So it's an interpreted template never. Okay. This is not the way. Maybe the documentation is this much only. Fine. Let's try to understand from this documentation. See, there is, if you are going, if you have one requirement, this is requirement. A single requirement may have multiple test case scenario, no? So login into application with positive test data, with negative test data, with valid username, invalid password. Then password reset will come. Invalid username, invalid password. It is not even, it is in the database. Like that. If you're going to enter thrice, accounts should be blocked. One more scenario. Login as an admin, different roles. See, just for simple login, we have these many scenarios. Now, this is what the meaning of scenario. You're going to write everything as a scenario. Now, you may have multiple scenario, okay? All the scenarios, there are some common given will be there, no? Given, precondition. That you can mention it in the background. So rather than writing it here one more time, one more time, one more time, for all these three scenarios, the background, it is a common one, precondition. You can put it in background. Remember, very, very important, only given you should place it in the background. Then don't put, when they don't put. We have something called hooks. I'll teach you that later in the BDD. So background means repeating the same given step in all the scenarios in a feature. You can use background. But after any before hook, see, don't, which suppose you want to do something else before hooks, after hooks concept and all, it will be there. Just go in the sequence, which I say, then it will be easy for you to remember. Repeating the same given step everywhere background. See, this is one another example. You have a feature and it has some description, a rule given. Even in the given itself, they have and they give an example one, example two. See, like this, we have a lot of combinations and tips for using background. As of now, if you see, it will be a little bit complicated. Once you enter into the project, explore this. Don't get confused now. And that is something called scenario outline with example, interview question. How will you implement the data driven? So data driven means what? Same flow with different test data. No. So this is what, how can you achieve this in BDD means with the help of scenario outline and examples. So here you see there is a scenario, eat 5 out of 12. Given there are 12 cucumbers, when I eat 5, then remaining should be 7. Another scenario, 5 out of 20. Out of 20, when you eat 5, then you will have 15. Another scenario will be 10 out of 10. When you have 20, when I eat 10 cucumber, I will have 10 cucumber. So like that, scenario remains the same, but different test data, no? Then I can convert like this. At this time, it will be scenario outline and examples. Compulsory. Without examples, you can't go with the data driven. The same test case you see, they mentioned it as eating. When there are, they mention total, you can put or start. See, it is a column name. You can put total cucumbers. When I eat, and then I should left. So here you can change this to total eat left. So everything separated by piping symbol, and there is an example column. So we will see this practically. See, 12, 5, 7, 10, 5, 15, 10, 10, 10. Yes. 20, 10, 10. Like that, different combination of data, you can test it. This is nothing but in the register demo page. So the flow remains the same, but you want to test different combination of data. At that time, this will be like this. Scenario outlines, and there is something called these and all secondary keyword. Primary keywords we are done. Doc string, triple quotes. So you can, between the triple quotes, you can describe about this particular requirement, feature file. Sometimes you can send the raw data. Any usage we have triple quotes. You can send some JSON request, XML, JSON, those things you can put it in the triple quotes, or else you can use the test data and then read it. I'm just trying to give some examples where it is widely used. We say docstring for handy for passing a large piece of text to a step definition. Many usages we have it. Okay. And what else? And the comments. Comments means we will mention like this. In Java, we have double slash, no? Here we mention hash symbol, which is there or not. And this piping symbol, we call it as a data tables. Okay. Then anything else? See here, hash symbol. And why Gherkin is it actually it's 70 over 17 70 languages. Gherkin is there. You can see it's given. Now you can understand how important is this, not just one or two languages, 70 languages. The customers may give, they will write their own requirement. Trust me, if you go to Europe, suppose if you're in Belgium, you want to get a job, they will at least ask you must know French or Dutch. Mostly French dominates there. So the requirement, everything they will discuss in their own language only. If they are going to launch a website, means definitely their mother tongue should be available. German, French, Dutch, and English is optional. So it means the requirements also will be like this only. Such an important one. If you know how to do it properly, using English, then writing it using other language is going to be easier. But UK and Canada, US and all, you guys no need to worry about it. It is going to be purely English. But apart from UK, you go to any Europe, their language will come. And UAE side, eastern side, that side, this Arabic will come. So according to the customers, BDD remains the same. Only the requirement we have to write it in their own language. So they clearly mention, see, how will you work in real-time project means you have to use Google Translate. Simple, no other go. And trust me, the probability of translating accurately is 99 percentage, especially French, Dutch, and all. If you put something in English, exactly it will give. You can trust Google Translate. Why I'm saying, there are some interview question. Have you worked with any other clients apart from US or Europe, UK, something else like that? So you should know how Google Translate is the only option available. Remember. So that's about this keyword. Now, just a quick recap. Feature is to write the requirement. If you have a requirement, you will have multiple test case scenarios. We will say scenarios. As scenarios may or may not have. It's like a optional. May have a description about the feature, will have its own description. Some examples will be given. Example, not examples. Example will be given. Rule may be defined. It's an optional. It's mandatory, and step given precondition. When you perform something, then you expect the outcome. Given, when, then compulsory you will have. You're going to have multiple given, when, and all means, then you can replace with and. A negative way of expressing, we can put it but. In all these steps, we can replace with hash asterisk symbol. And if any step which is common, given as common means, then you can go with background. And you want to implement data driven means scenario outline plus examples, or scenarios plus example. Either way you can do it. To explain about the requirement, you can have something called docstring. Comment is hash symbol. And we also have a tagging concept, at symbol, tags. Many things are there. We'll see that now. All good till now. All good. Put text message, please. Okay. Usually I do the setup before I come for class. Today I didn't do it. I have only one laptop. Didn't bring two laptops to India. If error comes, you have to adjust. Definitely errors may come. I think so. It's been a long time I didn't touch this area. Let's give a try. First important thing, Cucumber framework we want to use it means we have to first install a plugin. Because if you right click now in your thing, go and check it. Even 1 second. Source. Okay. That option itself not there. Okay. And installed. Not run as. This is run as. This is different. There is something called, we can convert this Maven project to Cucumber project. I'm just looking into that step. Source, no, build, no. Okay, it's not there. Let's see after installing. So multiple ways are there to install the Cucumber plugin. Mostly Cucumber plugin will never create any problem for us. This test ng only will create a problem. Go to the Eclipse market. So what you need to do, you have to search for Cucumber Eclipse plugin. Again, I'm saying multiple ways, multiple tricks are there. I'm going to teach that only, so that when you do it as a beginner, you will face very less error. Blindly follow the way which I say. Okay, under the search, because it is not installed, Cucumber. Remember this plugin logo. See, very, very important. Whenever you work with any plugin, any technology, try to understand or remember the plugin logo. So that in MV and Maven repository, when you search, so many similar thing will come. How will you identify? Is only through this plugin logo. This color, green color. So let's try to install. Just now I installed it. Some of the softwares may be already trusted. When you install any plugin, usually the question will come like, do you want to trust all the content like that? So it's what is simply when any pop-up with trust comes, select all, go with trust selected, and it will again ask, do you want to take risk like that? Say yes. This is a common for all the plugin, and it is going to take some time. You can see last month itself how many of them downloaded. You can see the count. My voice is audible. Cheerio. Okay. Let's try to create a Maven project. I'll just this, click on next. So here one thing I'm going to explain you. Please listen carefully. This is a place we may end up in some unwanted errors. See, archetype means something readily available. We can use that setting. Suppose if you type Cucumber, you see already Cucumber TestNG archetypes are available. Cucumber Selenium archetype from browser stack. This is for mobile testing. This is for someone else. So many things are available. See, this is the official one, Cucumber archetype. But I personally suggest don't use it. Go with the Apache Maven. Click start because we are very familiar with these settings. This is Cucumber framework. So Apache archetype, please go with that. And then I will tell you what to be done, one small setting. How I know these things when while teaching with multiple batches, sometimes suddenly you will get a lot of errors. We'll find some workaround. Once we found that workaround, we apply that to upcoming batches, then it will work perfectly. So we fix that. So that's how the solutions are provided to you. And it's generator. Now it's a simple, even though we mentioned it as a Cucumber framework, it's a Maven project. Now right click on this, go and check for configuration. Here it is there. Can you all able to see there is a setting called convert to Cucumber project. See, any project you can convert from one thing to, you can convert to Maven project also. So what you need to do, convert to Cucumber project. Configure, convert to Cucumber project. Now it is converting. Now you see there is some that green color symbol came. This is what we needed. After this, the probability of errors will be very less only. So the first thing what we need to do it, adding the dependencies. This is the main thing. You can create a feature file and do it, but first always complete the setup of pom.xml. After that, you no need to disturb that. We are using the OpenJDK or Java JDK 11 version. And as of now, let's stick to the JUnit framework. Anyhow, you're going to just run it. Later, we can move on to the test engine. Mostly, to my knowledge, Cucumber, they use the JUnit. It's a very useful one only. No big difference. Because Cucumber having its own annotations and all, so we will use that only. First, we are going to code using Cucumber using Java, no? Go to the MVN repository, type Cucumber Java. See Cucumber Java. You can see here, so many versions are there. This is what I mean. November 25. It means what? Just 1 week before or 2 week before. Don't use this one. You can go with this September. Because after releasing some product, if it is going to be a lot of issues, maybe many persons would have raised a ticket, a defect, they will fix it and give a very quick fix. Can you able to see here very quick fix? Again and so on. So it means what here they face a lot of issues. So quick fix is given in just 4 to 5 days. So always go with n minus one, that date minus one. And this is and all like a some good practice to avoid big errors. So first we are going to do with the Cucumber Java. And of course, we are going to use Selenium Java, Selenium test cases. If you're going to go for Postman API, sorry, API means different plugins you need to do it. See here, very quickly, it means what? Lord, it got failed at just last week, then quickly they gave it. So some problem happened. Number one, I'll go with 4.15. I hope we learned it using this only. Selenium for previous class. So Selenium done, Cucumber done. Now we want to run the Cucumber JUnit. So this is what very important. JUnit, of course, it is having JUnit comes as a inbuilt with the Maven, but J Cucumber with JUnit is very important. Run a file. Let's search for Cucumber JUnit. IO, remember IO Fuchs, IO Cucumber. This is what I said. Logo will save you. This is not, it relates to in JUnit framework, you're trying to bring something else. This is all related to JUnit. Here you have a Cucumber, but something like InfoQux. But what is important is IO Cucumber, the symbol. Cucumber JUnit, number 25, nearby only. I'll go with this one. Okay. See the difference team again clearly. This is Cucumber Java. In Cucumber, which programming language? In Cucumber, which framework? What you're going to automate? 3 dependencies. And always it is suggested don't use 2 frameworks like JUnit test engine. Same thing, it will create unwanted errors. At the end, I will teach you very simple only. Let's try to update this one, force update. Build completed. Okay. So under the test Java, that is already we created it, or we can have it or we can remove it. It's up to you. Let's create a new package. Dot feature file. You can create a folder in that you can create feature files, but putting everything in the package is also a better solution. And this is the first time we are going to create a feature file. There is nothing called create feature file. It is file, and when we put dot feature, automatically it will convert to feature file. So what is the requirement we are going to see? Parabank, Parasoft. This is a demo website, but it is actually configured with the database. So we try with this app. We want to log in here. Okay. You can go and register it. I'll teach you that. Just now I tried with sample 1, 2, 3. Few minutes before, I'll just like few hours before I did sample 1, 2, 3. Maybe in 1 or 2 days, they will erase this data from the database. Okay. Logout. So this is what we are going to write a test case to log in into the application. Sample 1, 2, 3, the data. So parabank login dot feature. It is not features, it is feature. Finish. See, since we already installed these plugins, the second you create .feature file, it gave you a sample data, hash symbol, comments. These are all the comments. They give, see here, the keywords are feature list of scenarios, business rule through which, condition, some key action to observe, to enumerate more given when then, scenario outline, examples, doc string, data table, tags, placeholder. So I can copy this additional documentation. Okay. Anyhow, and this tags, there are sample scenarios given. I don't want this. I'll remove it. So let's try to write it from the scratch. It's a very easy one. Trust me, team. It's a very, very easy one. And you follow the process which I say, it is going to be even more easier. So type feature control space. If it is in IntelliJ, automatically you will get the suggestion. So feature. So what is the feature we are going to do? It is to test the customer login for Parabank application. To test the customer login for Parabank. Okay. You can give description, all the things want. Even leave, you can give it. Right now I'm directly going. It's a scenario. Scenario login using valid credentials. Given. See, these two are keyword. This is step. So keyword followed by colon. Step directly we can type. User, this one. User is, maybe we can say user is navigating to login page. Given is this home page. When you enter username and password and click on login button, it will display the user login page and log out of the application, close the application. This is what we are going to do. First, I have to write this. This is the requirement. See, user is navigating to login page. Login page itself will say given. When user is entered username and password, entered username and password given. 1 minute, someone texted me. That is, let it be as it is. For a reason, I can create multiple scenarios. That's why I will club that together later. Let it be as it is. Commonly, I'm saying entered username and password and click on sample 123, sample 123. Click on login. It's a login only, login button. Then whatever. Sample 123, sample 123. Okay. This is the account summary or user login page. Account overview. Okay. And then display account overview page. After this, and given when then. After that, what you are going to do? Log out of application. Log out the application and close. Close the browser. Close the application. Launch application. Also, we can give here navigating to login page. Rather than I can say launch the application where you are going to launch and navigate to that URL, launch application code. User is entered username, password. I can even say enter the username and password. See, these requirement will be given by the product owner. Sometimes we have to write it by ourselves. It depends upon the project. Based on this only, a reusable method will be automatically generated. Remember, we cannot keep renaming it. It will create a very big issue. So before we go into a coding part, spend as much as time on correcting your mistakes here itself. This is not a problem. This is never a problem. This is from here only because all annotations going to create. Launch the application, close the application. Enter the username and password. Click on login button. It will display the account overview. You can click and pretty format automatically. It will do it pretty format. The second I press Control S. See, this is the beauty of converting to the Cucumber one. So why this color is there means there is no method is available for this. That's why this orange color is there. See, step launch out is not having a matching glue code. Step definition code is not available. So we are going to create a user defined method for these words. So launch the application, enter the username and password, click on login button, display account overview page, log out the application. Okay, there is no typo error. So it's how do you want me to type it? No needed. There is a shortcut. Run as Cucumber feature. Automatically code is generated. This is what our feature file, and here it is available scenario. Some data are there. Now you can implement the missing steps with this below code snippet. Copy this, put it into notepad. Always don't blindly follow this. Just do a code review or walk through the method. So launch the application. Here only launch the application method is created. This will be commonly used for all the feature file, all the test scenarios. Enter the username and password. See here, different types of username and password combination I can send it. Click on login button. Everything is a reusable method, given, when, then. And we mentioned it. If you notice something, close this. We mentioned here and, but it will not generate and, it will generate with some other keyword only. So what's the keyword? When only will come. It is not going to be a problem. You no need to worry about it. You can copy this. So this is the step, very, very important. A step definition step where you can create a separate package and keep it there. So feature file, package. And all the reusable method, you can keep it here. First, you have to create, remember, we have to create .java file. And this is going to be a common one for all, whatever the requirement, whatever the feature file, different scenarios, feature file we are going to generate it. But this is going to be a common parabank scenario. So parabank step definitions. So every method, everything I'm going to put it here. Control S, and it is going to throw the error, no problem. You go to this control space, CIO, Cucumber, Java. It is EN means English. Automatically, first time we have to choose it. Given, when, then. Going forward, it will not ask. So everything is there. Now you come and see this, that orange color gone, right? So this is also an indirect way to rectify our mistake. Suppose if something is not there, suppose if you're going to code by yourself, you may end up in an issue. That is why I said always do the pretty format, run as feature file, and then you will get the code snippet, put it into a notepad, do a just walk through it, and put your code here. Tomorrow, or when we keep adding all the test cases, you can keep add everything into a single step definition. Trust me, don't create multiple step definition file. It will create null pointer exception. You have to have a single file. All the reusable step needs to be added here. This is one of the best programming practice you can follow it. So now it is having something, let it be, no problem. So we are done with this. So what I will do is, I will try to replace everything using system.out.println. I can do it. So if we run this, suppose now run as Cucumber feature file. So what it says that implement me. So there is no code there. That is what it says. See, there is no code here. Only exception it is throwing. See, write code here to turn the first above into a concrete. So simply I will say fast. I will add all the Selenium code now. First, setup is very important, no? Okay, you would have read. Control S. Now it will not throw the exception. Run as Cucumber feature. See here, execution is completed. Whatever the message we gave, passed, it executed. In real time, if we enter the Selenium code, application would have launched. I will do that shortly. And there is something called JUnit. This report will be generated when we run it as JUnit test here. Here we are running it as a Cucumber. You can't run this, remember. You can't run this. So we have to create one runner file and then integrate these together. This is running as feature file. When we run feature file, the code will be generated, step definition. We have to add it here and you can run it. Remember what is most important. This is like a unit testing, creating or testing this one by one. You can able to create a runner file. From there, what you can do is you can execute multiple test case. You can do like that. So that is the next step. Better I will try to do that now itself so that the setup is completed. See, if you want, you write Cucumber, Cucumber architect. Oh, see here, Gherkin, step definition. So everything you're going to run as a step definition and this runner file. Runner file is quite common concept. You can use Cucumber framework for doing mobile testing. Many places we can use it. I'll try to create that runner file so that everything is ready with us. We can directly go for the execution. We create one package. Fine. You create a class file, runner class. Actually, if we have created using Cucumber archetype, automatically this would have been created. But again, some of the configuration will confuse you. And especially when we go for CI/CD, Apache.maven is one of the best for CI/CD. That is the reason I told you guys to follow this way. Okay, finish. So now we are going to integrate these two. How? First thing, annotations, there is something called run with. This is related to, because we are going to run with the help of JUnit only. Clearly it is mentioned org.junit.runner run with, and you can put, we have to mention the class file, no, automatically when it reads that file, feature file, everything, it will convert to dot class, from dot java to dot class, the file cucumber dot class. Okay, conversion will happen, and then here we no need to worry about the, so every, this is simple. All here only we are going to play here. A lot of settings are there. There is something called cucumber options. So lot of things here. See, like in test annotation, we have priority enabled us like this in cucumber option. Either you're using JUnit or TestNG, these options remains the same. We are going to learn what is dryRun, extra glue, feature glue, monochrome, everything one by one, whatever it is important. As of now, what is important is wherever feature file is there, wherever step definition is there. Okay. So the feature, clearly it is mentioned. See, exactly tell me the where it is there, and they clearly said if you're going to mention like this, all feature file or specific feature file. So it depends on your thing. So within the double quotes, where is the feature file? The feature file is here. As of now, I'll go with the properties and I'm going to copy this. You know it. You can give fully. Anyhow, it's a maven project. No, automatically it will take it from this particular place. Even in that example, this is what they have mentioned it. Even the com, yes, still Java, I think. From here also it is enough. Suppose if it is going to throw error, we will correct it. So you can put dot double slash. If it let it throw error, then we can correct it. See everything double slash. Because if you go and see it in the backend, go and see it in the backend, everything is a folder. See Java, SRC, test, Java, com, UA, feature file. So everything in the folder. That's why double slash. This is the feature file, and step definition is nothing but the glue. Clearly, they have mentioned it, mentioned the package of that glue. The package nothing but this is the package. No, here only the step definition is there. Just mention is here. I'll put it here. So we're going to try a lot of combination. Let's see. It should work. When without this, it should work. Let me go without this. Or do I need to write a class path? We will see. Run as JUnit. Okay, illegal. So it is unable to find the particular one. Cool. Dot double slash. See JUnit. So what it says, path must exist. Cucumber. After cucumber. Okay, I'll give full path. For that. You can go and check it here. Cucumber feature. So this is what it was suggesting in the that template. They are asking us to give like this, or else class path colon. Okay, we try it like this. Because why I'm going with this class path? Let's see, we'll understand it very soon. Com. Okay, they are going with. Let me run it. I'm just exploring few more topics purposefully. I'll go with Rabank. This way they are asking us to do. So from the com example, it is needs to be given. It's all executed. Why you? This is the first time I'm entering for this batch. Actually, this way of running this class path, this is one of the mechanism. What this class path will do is, whichever the class you are executing, automatically it will try to retrieve the base path of this. In that, it will try to go and check. Okay, is there anything like this? Automatically it will come till this, and then from that com whatever the mention it will do it. And this is how we will do it in performance testing, API testing. Whenever feature file comes tomorrow, suppose if we have multiple feature file means, very easy, if I remove this, whatever the feature files available in this package, it will be executed. As of now it is just one feature file, so it executed. We are very specific to that. So we are done with the main setup. First we have written the feature file, and then when we run it as Cucumber feature step definition, we got it. So we created a .java file, pasted it here. Still we didn't add the Selenium code because I want to do the full setup. Once these two are ready, then we created the runner class file and the class path glue. And so many things are available here. Every parameter we are going to learn it one by one. And the way we mentioned the feature file is using a class path, where I saw that here you can see, you can, this is the way that you can give directly. You can give like this, or you can give like this. So many ways they have mentioned it. One of that way, this is very common way, multiple using class path, or else you can give from src till everything. So up to you. Let's go with this. So okay, we are done with this. Now what we are going to do next up, we are going to add the Selenium code. After adding the Selenium code, we will run as a file and see what happens. Let me refresh it. 1 second. So there is no report is generated here. Suppose if I want to generate a report, because report is very, very important. No, let's try to add that. So in that case, just we have to add few more things like on a Chrome publish is there. Okay. I'm just thinking whether to go with it now or later. Okay, one more thing alone we will see now. Step notification. Step notification means every step whenever we run, that will be clearly mentioned in the JUnit report. So, step notification by default, it will be false. I'll make it as true. Let's play with this. Okay, we will go with the Selenium code first of all. Selenium, just now we learned no. Selenium for launching the Chrome browser. It's very easy. Now we'll go here, add this, and this. I hope you all remember these things. The URL, Parabank URL. So directly application is launched, and now we need this driver file, right? So everyone, every method. Then you want to close the application, quit. So application is closed. Control A, Control I. So always first, let's try to go with launch and close application. You're going to launch the Chrome browser, implicit way. This is a URL, maximize and then close it. You can run here. Anything is fine. You can run from here. Let's go with run as Cucumber feature. So it's launching the browser, navigating to the URL, maximize it and close it. Perfect. It's working. Selenium 4 literally helping us a lot. You can generate, as I said, that report generation is one of the important feature. We can able to see the Cucumber report and all, like publish as a JSON report, Cucumber report, many things are there. Definitely we will see that one by one. Let's try to focus on all the step definitions. So this is done. Now we need to inspect it very quickly. I'll do it. So I'll go with name. So username, na driver dot find element by dot locate our name. So insert dot send keys sample 123. Password is also same. I know that. Okay, username password same. Then we want to click on login button. We have class. Let's go to the select hub relative expert cancel. Okay, value is much better. Driver dot find element by dot xpath dot click method. Then okay, you can't say successful login. Na. So here, okay, perfect. So once we able to log in into the application, okay, click on login button, we and separately. Then no problem. I can cut and put it here. Okay. I can say login button is clicked. After that, that particular page needs to be displayed. Sample 123. Sample 123. How will you confirm that this is that page? Two ways. One is by URL, another one is by title. URL means it's going to be a trouble because a different environment we are going to test it. So what we can do, we can confirm it by checking the title of the page. And normally that's the best way to do it. Overview string, overview page, overview page title. I'm sure account wants overview. Okay. On owns overview page title. Driver dot get title. Assertion is available everywhere. So you can add assert dot is true or assert equal set. Okay, that is in JUnit we have it, but in test ng we have a lot of things. So directly what I will do page title. We'll just deploy. If you want, you can put actual result, expected results, and then do it. Assertion, I'm not doing it. If you want, we can do it. Log out of application. Let's try to inspect this. We have to go with the inner text value. No, the go. Driver dot find element by dot xpath dot click. Log down application. Application is closed. Okay. I don't want a session now. You can't run the step definition. You can run from here. Let me run from here as JUnit. Say one by one. Application is launched. What happened? It was very fast. No? It was very quickly. It happened. So what I will do is I'll put this is just for demo purpose. Red dot sleep 5 seconds. Just for demo purpose. Please don't do it. See it just completed in a very quickly. So here, yeah. See, this is what the JUnit report. You can see here the step definition. See, launch application. You can see here the reason how long it took. This is nothing but the or to test the customer login for Parabank. Nothing but you go to the feature file, whatever we mentioned here, it came, and then login using the credentials. Login using the credentials, and for everything we created as a method. How long it overall it took 8.68 seconds only. Yes, 8 seconds only. This is the time it have been taken for every step. When we run here, for example, if this is false, now I'm going to run it. See what happens. So logged in. We have to wait for 5 seconds and close the application. Log out of application. See, of course, everything is passed and see the difference. Can you able to see the step definition now? No, right? Step definition, it's not displayed. So this is what the advantage of adding each parameter. This too is compulsory. Class path, that is feature file, where all the feature files are available, either one or multiple, and the step definition, and then the nothing but the glue and the step notification. Always make it as true. Suppose there is something called dry run. You want to test it without running the automation code, whether all the methods are available or not. Dry run. I think what was the default value? Boolean. False is the default value. Okay. Then you mentioned true. Now I'm going to execute. It will go and check, first of all, whether all the methods are available. Step definitions are available. The mapping between everything is there or not. And you see the timing, 0 seconds. It means what? See, it is just one single feature file. Suppose if you have 50 feature file, whether everything is properly done, so dry run we can do it. Dry run true. Now, yes, everything's available. Suppose I'm making one negative scenario. Applications purposefully. Okay. Let me run it now. What happened? Dry run is true now. It should throw me the error. Control S. It's not throwing error. Cha-cha. 1 minute. Okay. Hmm. It should throw the error. Yes. See here application, here applications. That is mismatching. When I run this try run, it should throw me the error. Clearly says that, see, this particular method is not mapped. And it is also suggesting you like, no worries, add this code. See here, you try to add this. So when we missed any step definition, we can find that before executing itself, mentioning dry run. So dry run is the first time when you do it. And it is always better to have it. And here, of course, another way is when you converted this to Cucumber project, if something is not there, it will definitely going to show us in the orange color. From that also, you can able to come to a conclusion. And always bet it is good to put this step definition, because step definition is that much important. Okay, if I want to see, of course, we have something called Cucumber report, like test engine report. We also have something called Cucumber report. Now you go and check it here, refresh. Test ng, if we mentioned, test ng report would have been generated, but we didn't mention that, no. I want to generate a Cucumber report. Cucumber report will be much better. It looks much better. There is something called plugin. And here we have to mention it clearly. There is pretty, I hope it should work. Long work I did. Exactly in which location you want to generate the report. Mostly target, we will use it. If you want separately, you can create that also. Go to the target folder, create Cucumber report. 1 minute team. Okay. Cucumber report.html. So if you want to generate the JSON format, JUnit format, so many things are there. It's common. Okay. So pretty format. I hope it should work. I don't know what is the latest change they did. So what they put in the report plugin specified. Okay, value of the plugin. Okay, or HTML. List of plugins. JSON's target report. Okay, fine. So additionally, what are all the other things? As there is something called JSON format and JUnit. I mean, all these things we have to mention it. It is also in this place. I am going to generate it. Dot a JSON file. Reports can be generated in multiple ways. Then there is something called JUnit. Again, colon dot XML. So one is pretty format. You're creating an HTML report, and also you're targeting this. This is, let's say, Cucumber, same name. Cucumber JSON file. Cucumber XML file. I hope now it should work. No. So what is the problem? Cucumber has a problem. Could not find this particular guy. Okay. Why you are unable to find it? Okay. Now it's ended. It's been a long time. Anyhow, from the errors, we can figure it out. So we are creating a pretty HTML report followed by the JSON and also the XML files. So now let's refresh this. See, these things are ready. Let me open it. See, Cucumber report. This is how these like JUnit report, test engine report. This is a Cucumber report. And you see how many test case, only one executed, how long it took. When was the last run? And 13 is again the total duration in which machine, which is your Java and the version of your Cucumber. And if you have tags, we can filter and do a lot of things. This is the place and all the feature files. It's clearly said the feature file, the scenarios. So in this report itself, all the feature files will be automatically set past file. Everything will be here. And this report is generated based on these two files only. Usually, if you open this as a notepad, see all the report. This is a JSON report, timestamp, description, credentials. Same way, for example. See, if you want to generate your own customized report, it can be any report, extend report, any report. Generally, in architect level, I'm saying you want two files, either JSON file or XML file, and you will have a template. By reading this value, you will paste that in the template. This is the common pattern for any automation tool. I'm just saying additionally, if suddenly says that, okay, tomorrow your customer says, I want it in the Excel sheet, all the report. If they says, what will you do means, you will create one Excel sheet, that template. You will write a function library, read that Excel sheet, read this file. These are all the tags, automatically copy from this JSON file, put it into that Excel sheet. Like that, you can play with these two files, .json, .xml. For every feature file, it will be generated. Okay. Actually, I increase the level of content, not like to a beginner since you guys are attending from the starting. So I just purposefully increase the content level. Okay. We will come back to the runner class later. Let's try to now focus on the feature files, different combinations, like how to give the values here, how to give other things like data driven. Such topics, let's try to focus it. I will try to do with multiple scenarios, tagging concepts and all. It is very easy, assuming like you already aware about all the concept of Selenium. Then it's easy only. So now what I will do, I will try to create another scenario. This scenario, let's think about it. So after going here, success, use logger, using output, ready format, log in using valid credentials. Invalid credentials. Invalid credentials, if I do, then I have to come and change it here. I'm just thinking how to complicate this scenario. Okay. Suppose now we are going to write multiple scenarios. Okay. Multiple scenarios. One is login with valid, another one is invalid, like that. Or else after successful login, you will come to this. Now open new account. Simply I'll click here. Okay. I'll say open new account for valid user. Okay. that's the case, launch the application, this, here, and what do you need to do? You have to click on this here, then it will disk again, and this is also comes under given. No, now what you need to do, you have to given when you enter this. Simply I'll inspect this. Okay, we needed given when entered, when and click on open account, open account option. Then actually you're going to do a lot of steps here, and I'll put then I'll say new account created. If it comes here, I'm not going to do open new account, all these stuff. Okay, it is happening. Let's do that. Click on open new account, and if you do it, new account is created. Then new account is created. So now the second I put control is automatically it says that these options are not available. And this is for valid credentials. And now you're going to open a new account. So entering this again, in this case, this is a common one, as I already said. Now you can also, you click here. This is not available. So what I will do is, if I run this, what will happen? It is going to launch the Selenium code also. For this reason only, I have created a runner file. I'll make this as a true. I'll run it now. You see what happens? It executed. Those methods are not available. And it created it. See here. See, it says that these methods are not there. So what you can do is copy trace and put it here. So these methods are not available. Copy, do it. Go to the step definition. You can put it in the bottom anywhere you want. So you're going to click on open account. So driver dot find element by dot xpath dot click sys out. I will inspect and put it page navigated to open new account. Then you just click on new account button is clicked. Now again, here what we are doing is got something now. So full message is here. Okay, I'll go with this. Dot get text string account details. New account is created. You can use all the string method created. Okay. Now we have to inspect the stuff like when a new account, batch, a new account. This one, input. Both of them are different. Okay, let's see whether it works. So all the codes are done. Two scenarios are there. And now let's try to write the background. Background means a common step, a common base, login application, everything, launch application code, anything. So you're trying to remove this given and mention it here. Now you can take it. So this is a common for both the scenarios. A very simple scenario. In real time, you can call other things also. Multiple given will be there. This is very simple, no? So this will launch the application, enter the username, click on display, come out of it. Then it will launch the application, same thing, but here it is going to do a lot of other steps. You can run from here or you can run from here. Let me first go for dry run. Is there any error? No error. All good. Perfect. Let me make it as false and go for the execution. We'll see the report, all the stuff. Synchronization issue will come, always go for implicit wait, minimum 5 seconds. See, all new account is created with $100 from the main account. Open new account. Bingo. Perfect. Actually, it created and we didn't create any it automatically it is getting replaced. There is no functions we have written to generate with date format. And you can see now 2 executed, 27 seconds. So all of them passed. If it is failed, definitely it is going to tell where it is failed, what is the reason, all the stuff. So this is also done. So everyone good till now? All good? Put a text message, please. Definitely I increased the level standard, like not like to a beginner. Directly, if you're going to add a new test case in a project means how to play with the runner class. Usually runner class topics I will be teaching at the end, but now no issue. You can able to pick up and try to play with this dry run step and try to create the reports in the starting itself, because in real time you will be incrementing the test case. So every time you cannot run all the test cases. If it is failure, definitely it is going to throw any error. Okay, fine. So any queries are still now? All good? All good, right? Perfect. So we'll now move on to this particular topic. We have already learned how to write the feature file, how to write the step definition. After writing the step definition, with the help of runner class, we executed this particular program. There is something called Cucumber options, like where this feature file is located. and that package name of the step definition. You want the output of every step, then step notification to dryRun without considering the code, just method implementation, report, HTML report, JSON remote, XML report. All these we can implement according to the things. Now we have a topic, something called data driven. Before the data driven, hard coded value, we can able to replace it. So here, if you see username and password, so this is the username and password hard coded. What if I want to pass the value from the feature file? We can do that. I'll do that now. So let's parabank it's data feature. TD simply I'm putting parabank login. Okay, already we have parabank login now, so I'm not putting that feature. 1 minute. Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do is very simple. I will copy this. I'll put it here to test login for parabank, all the stuff to login using invalid credentials because valid credential is not working as of now. Suppose if you're going to view anything, just Control C, Control V and login. It is not working. So we will go for the negative scenario. You have to validate this error message. So I will modify it accordingly. Login using invalid credentials. When you enter a username as what? Sample 1234 and password as double quotes. Within the double quotes, the test data. Click on login button and then validate error message and close. Now these two methods are not there. Let execute it. You want to execute through the runner file, that also you can do it, because if I execute now, the Selenium code will not be executed. Selenium code will be executed. Let it happen. No issue on that. It will fail after the first step, but the code will be generated. See, yeah, this is the code we wanted. Because these two methods is not available now. So what we will do, we'll go to the step definition. Always have a common step definition file. Don't create multiple step definition file. So here we want to write. Already we have a login, enter username and password. This is hard coded now. I can able to make it as a reusable method. Here, it is automatically created. We are going to give the username as a string data type, password as a string data type. So it can be like this, give a meaningful variable name, username, password. Now, what I will do is so in this place, you can pass this variable in this space. You can pass this variable. So now if we go on controller, so it will come here and enter sample, it will come sample 1234, sample 1234. These two values will be entered and it will click on it, now validating the error message. So what is that error message? I will try to copy paste this error message. I'll close this. This is an error message. Let's try to inspect. And you have this Select hub. Okay, this. Okay, class error. Fine. So in this place, error messages. Okay. So let's try to execute now and see what happens. Yes, execution is completed. Now you can see error messages and internal errors. But if it's a negative scenario, no, so invalid. Let's assume this as an invalid credentials. It worked. Everyone good till now? Yes, no. What next message? Very simple. Give the test data in the double quotes. Okay. Run it. The step definition method will be created. Rename the variables and use that directly. If you compare this with Java, a simple user defined method you have created. That's it. Passing the input value. Rather than you create it, you run, it will create, use that. That is the only way you can reduce the coding effort. Okay, super. Going back to this again. So see, this is one value. What if I want to give multiple values? Is there any other way we have it? Means we can create like a table. We can do it. So that is what I'm going to teach you now. This is one step before the data driven. See, data driven directly you can do it, but this is an additional. Maybe data driven means the flow remains the same, different set of data. That is a data driven. But in some cases, just one, you have multiple data, but just one row only you want to execute. So what you can do like this, or else you can, I'll try to create sign up, sign up dot error bank feature. So good, good. So what we're gonna do is we want to launch this, launch this, and go to this one. We're clicking on this or directly navigating to this and fill all the data. Click on register button. So this is what our requirement. So let's try to write this feature to sign up for, we say this as an account, sign up for new customer account. Okay, background given control space, it will give launch the application, this one. So it's already there, the format. Then scenario, it's not scenario, it's a scenario. You're going to sign up for new account. I'm going to write from the home page, we have to navigate to this one, no? So user is navigating to sign up page. When user entered, after navigating this sign up details, sign up details. So here we can give every data within the piping symbol. This data, Vinoth, our last name. We will do a pretty format. Automatically the format will be arranged. Okay. Okay, fine. I was reading some chat. Fine. Now address ABC, city Chennai, state Tamil Nadu, zip code 0, phone number. After that, SSN. This is like Aadhaar card number for US guys. Username, uh, Vinoth, North 123. Password, confirm password. I'll give everything same. So you can right click, pretty format. So automatically the format is arranged. So no need to worry about it. See, these methods are not available. Let it be. Then you want to click on register button. This one. Okay. After that, you are going to get a successful validation message. I'll add it. Uh, given when then and validate successful registration message and log out of application and close application. Pretty format, control S. So these methods are not available. No issue. Let's execute it. Let it fail. But what is important is the step definitions will be generated. See, this is a step definition. So if you're going to create 4 methods are created, you go to the step definition. So first one, navigating to the this particular page. Which page? Process. Go here. This page. You can click. You can driver dot find element for register. You can do it, or else another way is driver dot navigate dot to dot the URL. Okay. Now it is clearly says when you're going to give all the value according to your test data, you can follow either one of this concept. As a list, you can do it list of multiple list value of a particular data type, everything as a string. Map means so in some places we have to give key and value pair. See, all these are all Java concept, Java collection. No? So you can give map a list of so what how you're going to send the values depends on that. You can decide this. So for I'm going to send a list of all the values. That is how that will work. So we have it is already having the object data table. This is an object. So because if you see here, it's a 2 1. What if it is 100? You can't put comma 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 100 columns, right? Rather than in a single variable, we can send the value. Object name dot how we are going to send everything as a list, multiple list, semicolon. And if you have noticed that return type list of list. So see list of list this particular string. It is going to be list of list. Everything is a string data type object. So this will contain all the values. So if we want to give every value, we have to give it as a row and a column value. So which is row? This is zeroth row. This is zeroth column. First column, 0, comma 0, 0, comma 1, 0, comma 2, 0, comma 3, 0, comma 4, 0, comma 5. So like that, we have to put it here. So where it will come in the this place. We have to put Vinoth now. Let's try to inspect. So we remember driver dot find element by dot. So I know it is ID is ID locator available for all the value. I have already analyzed it and that value. So this is a value we are going to use it. Dot send keys. Let it be as it is. Okay. Control C. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is how you need to code it in real project. How fastly you remember the pattern, you can achieve the daily targets. Daily targets will be definitely it will be there. Quite advanced level only I'm doing, like how I will do it in a project. Not I'm teaching like to beginners because you are attending almost 30 plus class. By the time now you guys will be familiar with I think I mentioned it wrong. Address 1234 city state. First we'll try to identify the object. Zip code. Customer phone. Customer phone number. Then it is necessary. Never type first name, last name, address, city, zip code, state, zip code, phone, SSN. This one. Repeat password. Okay. Object is identified. Now, how to set the value? How to read this? Which value? This one. This value. 0, comma 1. How to tell that? As in this place, object dot, you're going to get 0th row and get 0th column. So what this will take the value this. Then this everything 0th row, no? Only the number 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, it is going to increase. I'll copy this. Control C. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, but if you're having different rows of data driven, that's a different approach. This, why I am teaching is, if it is 1 or 2 column is fine. If you have multiple columns like this, then you have to use this concept. So, for bank, I'm going to thank you. Sample 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So click on register button. I missed. Okay, you will go for the successful message. Okay. Sign out already. We have done it. Driver dot find element by dot export dot click. Coding is done. Let's go for the execution. Control S, all that orange color gone, and go for the execution and see what happens. Yes, execution is completed. We'll see the report. See ya. These values, successful message, your code is created, you logged off. So end-to-end scenario worked. So this is another way to do it. All good. Drop a message. Yes. Are you in the class? Okay. What about others? Okay, fine. Thank you. So now we'll go for the very highly used concept, data driven. Same, same thing. You're going to try with different values. Sign up. Okay. Mm, sign up parabank using data driven concept. So now how I'm going to code it is feature to sign up new user account. So how we do that is something called scenarios or scenario outline. So I'll say like sign up for new user account. So again, I'm going to start from the scratch. Given launch application, launch the application, and navigate to sign up page. Code is already there. Given. After that, when enter. So username and password. This is a different one. So I will do enter first name as, see, this is a way you should do it in the if you see it in the documentation, they would have mentioned this like less than symbol, greater than symbol. It is actually a defect. If you want to read any data from the test data, the table means it should be within the double quotes. It's a defect when you see, when you create a new feature file. I'll do that now itself. Sample dot feature. Can you all able to see? It is like this. It's a defect. It will not work. So you're creating like this only. Column name. The column name, whatever you are mentioning, the first row value, it will come. Then all value, then it will go for the second row. This is a defect. It should be within the quote. You're giving first name, column names. I'm going to do it for this one. First name, last name, like this, as a data driven, and last name is within the double quotes. Last name. You can give 3 columns, or maximum don't go beyond 3 columns. Try to categorize as family. This is related to name. This is related to address, contact number, like this. You can do it. 4 columns, don't go beyond that. And enter address, city, state, zip code. Same family, address as city as these are all column names. And state and zip code. Given 2 things, when enter first name and enter these thing and enter phone number. It's a yes, see, it's only one phone number, right? Not office phone like that. It is just a phone number. Enter phone number as phone number and enter SSN as state security something SSN. I don't remember the full form. Some security number and username. Mm, okay. We have written click on register button already. Okay. So this is what we are going to do. So I'm going to register. After registering it, you're going log out if you want. Mhm. Validate successful message. Close application. So let me run this ready format. Okay. First still I didn't read it in the a scenario outline. The value should be in the examples. Okay. So everything between the piping symbol If I do any mistake, typo error, please correct me. Reformat. These are the column names. Oh, last name, address, city, state, zip code. First name, last name, address, city, state, zip code, phone number, SSN. Okay, plus now we give the value, North or ABC, Chennai, ML, Nadu, 6000100, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 7 8, SSN. Okay, same number, it will be already available in that particular database. If you use the same existing data again and again, it is going to throw you the error. One row of data, another row. Yeah, I don't know the pin code. Okay, let him be in channel 2. Okay, um, ready format. So test data. See, automatically test data is created. So any row, any times you can mention it. Now, what is the best thing about this? No need of Excel sheet, writing a big code for reading from the Excel sheet, adding jar file, nothing. In the feature file itself, you can create it with the help of scenario outline and the examples. So let me execute this and generate the code. Step definition. We should not say code, step definition. Oh my God. 2 rows of data it is executing. Say first row, second row. Copy this. Let's go to this one and clear it here. Okay. We have good part is we have already coded some of the things. So let's code this with first name, last name, where it is, here it is. Add that. Here it will be replaced by. Okay. After that, this 4 members. Hi. Okay. This one address. This one city. The number of columns are very important. If there is any mismatch, it will throw error. State. And zip code. Okay. Control A, Control I. After that, for this guys, these two guys. There. So this one, phone this one, SSN. After that, these three. Username, password, repeat, password. These are all local variables. Scope only within that particular method. Okay. Fine, fine, fine. Done. So coding is done. Is there anything else I need to include? No. Let's go for the execution. You should do 2 rows of execution. That is 2 times. Let's see how it's gonna work. First time, we know 3 to 1. Second time. Yes, done. So this is how a data-driven framework needs to be implemented. All good. S, S, S. Any doubts till now? Okay, I didn't. Okay, fine, fine. Given when? No issue. If we run it, it will work. So I automatically see it. It added then. It corrected our mistake. Even I did. So it is not going to worry about the keyword, but of course it should be then. Very nice. You should correct me. So everyone understood how to create a data-driven framework. First, how to send 1 or 2 values from the feature file. Later, if we have set of multiple values, a different approach, then this is one more different approach. So depends on your requirement, choose the approach. Simple. Now the next concept, that is tagging. Tagging means we have already seen it in test ng, this concept, a grouping concept. We saw that here we can make that as a tagging concept. And trust me, this feature file writing, it is there in API testing, performance testing, Karate framework, many places you're gonna implement this. So it's just one time learning, learn it properly. So now what we do, let me try to add the tagging. Very simple. We have very less files, but still we'll go for it. You can add tag feature level, scenario level. Feature level means this feature is having 2 scenarios. So I'm saying this belongs to Sanity. Sanity means 2 test case will be executed. Uh, okay, maybe we'll go for smoke testing. So you want to execute these two for smoke testing. Suppose Sanity, if I want to execute Sanity, only this test case. If I want to execute for regression, this scenario. So when you say smoke testing, these two will be executed. When you say Sanity, this alone. When you say regression, this alone. Okay. Same way. Regression. So if you're not mentioning anything, this means for everything. I'll delete this. Okay, I don't think so. Fine. Sanity. Definitely it is going to fail few things. Regression. So a little bit tasty it, I will change it. Okay. Okay. Or else you will get already it does exist. So one smoke testing, this alone. Sanity, this one alone. A regression means this is there, here regression there, sanity there. Okay, anyhow, we can cross check later after execution. So now these are all set of multiple feature files, no? So accordingly, we should configure it. So what to configure is after we decide the tag features, we have to tell exactly where these feature files are exist. So the feature files are exist here. All these are in this place. Okay, glue. It's a step definition. So this is the here feature file, still feature files. No, I'll remove because if we remove this inside this, all the feature file it will consider QA and this one. Step definition, of course, it is here only. There is no big change in the step definition. And step notification, yes. Dry run without code. I'll go with without code, okay? And documentations and all we are going to generate it. After that, there is something called tags. So how to mention tags? Suppose we start with the smoke. Case sensitive, remember that smoke, okay? Okay, fine. Let's run this and see what happens. I think around like okay, I'll have to run JUnit test. So execution is completed. See the two test case only available, which belongs to smoke testing. For a reason I didn't, I can make it, I can remove it, or else it will launch, going to waste the time. Without Selenium code, I executed. See here. These two belongs to smoke. This one, smoke testing, only two test case, the two scenarios. These two scenarios. What if I want to run the sanity? Let me run and show you. Run as JUnit test. It ran. Let me refresh. See, these two belongs to, we can search here. This feature, this scenario is sanity. And we mentioned this entire thing as a sanity. So this to execute. Hut regression. So I want to execute regression. And this time we put false simply. Let's run it. Always run as JUnit. You can use testng, but my personal preference go with the JUnit. Or else install all the things related to JUnit. Sorry, testng plugin or those things, everything you can do it. First test case over, it is went with the second test case. So whatever things it belongs to regression, it is executing. Smoke, sanity, smoke, everything done. Okay. Close it. See, one failed, three passed. Totals against. So what was the last one? See, this is what the totals again. And you can see the reason why it got failed because it is unable to find this one because login itself failed. That's the reason. Green color passed, red failed. This blue not executed. What about this? All executed, all executed. See, all it is exporting to the test data. So it means whatever you're gonna write in the feature file, everyone can see it. So what is a percentage? 75 percentage it is passed. And you want to check regression. So we can able to filter that. This is the one more thing. And once again, team. Okay, I'll make this as true. And suppose you want to execute both the things means I can do that also. Sanity or regression. This is also we can do it. See, 6 passed. So regression is there. Here it is. Oh, mentioned. Regression. Oh, why? At sanity or regression. Okay. Now you can see small sanity test case regression, those two. Suppose you have multiple keywords. You don't want to execute a particular thing alone. I can do like not regression. So up other than regression or not regression. So now sanity and smoke will execute. So it depends on which keyword you want to include, exclude. Here, this is how it is done. Using only two. So smoke testing, sanity is there. That is no regression. So this is a way we need to do it. So tagging concept is done. Everyone good till now? All good? Just one more concept we have it, final concept. Okay. So now there is something called hooks. Uh, given some given is common for the all scenario means we can make it as a background. But now you have multiple test case, multiple feature file. For all the feature file, the law some set of steps needs to be done starting and some step needs to be done at the end. Before and after. Before method, after method. Before class, after class. Annotations we have seen it. No? And this hooks is nothing but it is similar to before suit, after suit. We here it will be called before and after only in JUnit. So we are going to try that only. So I will take like three scenarios, like banking, any HDFC account. You log in into the application. You want to transfer money within the bank, and using NEFT or using RTGS, we are going to do it. Okay, I'll write one scenarios quickly. So package Vinoth QE banking features files. Okay, here I create. I don't want to disturb this. First feature file banking transfer. So within bank dot feature. I'm this concept without Selenium code only, so that it will be easy for me to explain. So account holder transfer money using within bank option feature, and you're writing a scenario. So this scenario is money transfer within bank given launch the application. Okay, anyhow I'm going to run a dry run only, and okay, login is not there. Enter username and password. Okay, simply, and simply your what you after entering it, you are trying to navigate to fund transfer page. Given first your what you're doing, launch credentials going to the fund transfer. Okay, till this it's a common step. Now when you select transfer using within bank option, so you're selecting that. When you select that and select from account and select to account, I hope you've done some net banking, right? This is how we do it. From to when and click on transfer button, then money transferred successfully, and log out of application, close application. Pretty format. So these methods are not available. That's fine. So how can I, if I run, it is going to launch the application. No problem. Let it launch. And I just want the step definitions. So these methods simply I'm adding. I can create a new step definitions purely you wish, but as of now I'm going using this itself. In real-time project, of course, we are going to use the same thing. Banking step definitions. It will going to solve a null pointer exception. So in this place, simply I'll put past. Okay. Imagine, because first of all, you can't automate a banking application, live application, because OTP is there, CAPTCHA is there. In real time, that when you're in project while doing a testing, they will disable that, or else they will give a CAPTCHA as a static code. Always CAPTCHA remains the same value. That's why some of the test case we can't test it in the production. We only manual testing is possible. Automation is not possible. So now when you run this, it's going to launch and close. That's it. Okay, that is also going to be a problem here. Because this will not be there, no? Lot of application. Fine, no props. So what I'll do is a little bit of modification in the runner class. Dry run true. Banking features. So here I'm gonna execute. Okay, let's execute from here. See here. Given launch application and then enter some username, password, whatever it is. So it is in nutshell, it is working. Simple. See, it is working. This test case. Now what I'm going to do, same like this. I'm creating a multiple. Control C, Control V. Sometimes while copy pasting, some error may come. This time I'm trying. Usually it is always better practice create a new feature file. It will solve many problem. So let's see. One is transfer using any neft. So if it's neft, this is one of the option we have it. So here only it is going to change. Okay. This remains the same. Okay. This remains the same. So this alone, this step alone is of course in real time. Neft means multiple values will give. Let's assume like the difference between these two is this one simple method. Okay. So what we're gonna do is let me execute now. So this method is not available. That is what it said. So when you run it as a, see here, this is undefined. It is undefined. It is not available. Okay. But while executing as a batch file, sad part is it is not giving us the code. Cool. So I'll try to run it as here individually. This method is not there. I'll add that. So using neft. Okay, now it is available. So here, okay, fine. Here it is there. We have now checked it in JUnit. Now one more option using RTGS. So if that's the case, RTGS, RTGS. JUnit. Okay, actually that code is generated, but it is not generated in the console. There is something called JUnit report. Here it is clearly says that you see here these two are passed in this particular is not available, add this code. So you can copy the trace, use this one. So as a batch also we can do it. I forgot this option now. I got remembered. Actually, sometimes it will directly show that, sometimes it is in the minimize mode. Okay, perfect. Now let's try to do a dry run. Dry run means without code. So good part is assuming like we have mentioned what Selenium code. But if you think conceptually, all the three test case, these three option is common before launch. So that is before selecting that. This is before the step. Given is common, given or whatever it is. You can put it into this in background. But now what is the problem is this is common even here. I want to execute these. This is called hooks concept. Remember this hooks, HOOKs, hooks concept. It is available in all the automation tool. This concept, you take what is that? Soap UI. This is there. Hooks concept is there. Everywhere it without hooks there is no automation. So some step you need to do before, some step you need to do after, because before means connecting to database, like opening the test data, opening some files, loading some data. Some needs to be done before test case, so that's why hooks came. After means generating the report. So you can write the code in the after annotation, like before should, after should, such thing like that. So very very important one. And this is there, and you see from this it is common. So this needs to be executed after. So how can I uh, refactor this code? There is something called hook. So I'm going to create one method. In that particular method, I'll be designing this with the help of before and after. It is a very easiest to concept. So before I start, is first of all, everyone able to visualize what I am teaching? Three scenarios. Some steps are common before, some steps are common after for every feature file. Is that clear? First of all, say yes or no. Okay, perfect, perfect. Because this is an interview question. This can be done. This is we say like a setup and tear down. Like this option also will be there. When you learn all these modules, you will come across these words. Okay, let me create. I'll put hooks. Uh, sorry, hooks. Here in our framework, we mentioned this as a base class. So anything. Driver class names only will different, the concept remains the same. So before annotation and IO cucumber JUnit is there. So it's going, which one we have to use? Cucumber. We are doing it for cucumber now. So public void. I'll save this as a setup. For every method, you need to do this. What you need to do this? So I'll add something like setup executor. So some setups, some regular steps. So everything we have created inside this method, no? So for this, I need to create an object instance of that. Obj equal to new. So launch application, enter username, navigate to fund transfer. Enter username and password, navigate to fund transfer page. Mhm. As this is what I intend username as, so not this one. See, naming convention, sometime it will pull our leg, this one. Okay, suppose if you want to pass a test data, you can do it. Or else, I don't want any return type. This is comes under the before. So after transferring, so after this, what will happen? This will be executed. Just assume like some set of steps is that this is a comment for all the test case. I'll put it that under after. So public void. We call this as a tier down. See, first always remember this is the terminologies we will use it in many places. Okay, it is not like here alone. We use this tier down. Like these terminologies are similar to a framework level. Tier down, tier down. Once executed, it's executed. So that in sysout message we can see such things. Creating an object instance for that. So you can make it as a public in the above. That is also fine. This is also fine. So that you no need to create an object instance again and again. Anyhow, we'll go with this. So what are the step? It is common. Select from. Select to. After that, transfer button. Suppose in okay, I want after this, or let's assume like this step going to be a very unique for everything. Okay, it is unique for everything. Just these two alone, I want to put it. We'll go a realistic approach. Logo. So some step which is common, some step common before and after of every test case. So once we return this, we can now go and modify it. So what we can do is I can remove it and remove it. See, before that step will be executed, then this will be executed. After annotation will be executed. Okay. Then again, I gonna do this. I do this. Pretty format. Close it. Pretty format. Close it. A very, very widely used concept in all the automation tools. Done. Perfect. We're gonna execute now. So do we need to do any big changes here? Means not at all needed. Directly we can go and execute it. And your tags, it's no tags is there, no tags are not implemented. I'll remove it. So execution is completed. See, how I know that it executed means. Mhm. This is why we need a Selenium code. Okay, if we have a Selenium code, it is going to launch this one now. It is these two will fail then. After that, this will fail. So very quickly, I'll do little bit modification. Let it launch. After that, It is passed only, no issue. Passed, no issue. And when it come here, this will be held comment this alone, okay? So logged out of application. Right. So everything passed thing only. So let's go with false. Let's see what happens. No, it didn't execute it. Or else what it should do, it should launch the application and then it will close the application. This is how it should happen it, but it is not happening. So what I will do is, okay, what if I execute this one? Just a thought process. It is executing. See, if I run as a separate one, it is executing. Launching those step, close should work, no? So where it is, yeah, this null pointer again came in my life. Tear down is executed past null pointer exception. It clearly says that closing the application, that one, it is not getting the object of driver dot quit. So what exactly says that is the object what you are getting here, that object is not passed to this. That is what its main concern. Launching the application, close the application. See, null pointer exception. Of course, you learned something new. So null pointer exception, a very common exception that you're creating an object instance and that reference is not passed. It is null. You're saying like, go and refer this object. It goes there and say, no, there is nothing here. So how can we solve that as static? Static means you no need to create an object instance again. So it is common across all the class, right? This is what Java basics. We just added that. Now, whatever the object we created here, and you see that it just changed the format. If it is not, it will be an instance. So across the entire program, now this will be a static. So now in this place, that is an object it is used. Same object reference is used here. Initially, this object reference here it worked. It didn't go here. That is why we went with the static. Okay, so individually it is working. That means hooks is working. If you run this, see here what they say, left option. This is what hooks concept. You run this, it is launching and closing. So now it says that RTGS option is selected and it is closed. So that's a good thing. But now where we are facing issue is, let me put that here. Glue, under the glue, under the step definition. Okay, here. Let's see. Make sense on it. It is working. Okay. Everyone trying to understand how we are giving fix. Even a small change in the folder structure, the framework is not working as expected. The problem is we have coded everything correctly. We placed that hooks file in a wrong one because it should come under the glue. So this particular thing you're saying you have to go only feature file from this one. That is what the meaning of this. Glue means the step definitions followed by all the Java coding. Now we kept everything here, here. So now it worked. It literally worked. Now all the three test cases it executed. See, launch application, step, close application, before after for each test case. Left RTGS, three files are executed. Okay, everything is correct in the report. But remember, when you do a static, you can't do a parallel execution. Static will never allow parallel execution. This is one of the thing you should remember. Okay. Congratulations on completing the Cucumber BDD framework course. I hope this training has strengthened your automation skills and boosted your confidence with real project concepts. Keep practicing, keep exploring, and continue growing as a QA automation engineer. Thank you for learning with VTech Solutions, and I will see you in the next course. Happy learning. Bye, everyone.